Hey there, future researchers. This is Doc She. Good morning, good evening, good day, everyone. So, we know that you already have this idea. Ang pinakamahirap na part is to do your research title. Most of my students, lalo yung mga estudyante ko minsan nag-transfer na yan. Then, they know that passion ko kasi ang research. Minsan mag-message yan, Doc, ang idea namin ganito eh. Kaya lang nahihirapan kami, tama ba itong title? So, most of the time, nai-stuck sila doon, di ba? You're stuck with the idea. Okay, so don't worry. We've all been there. I also been there. Kaya, sinishare ko to sa inyo just to give you idea kung paano gawin. Baka sakaling meron akong maibigay sa inyong step or strategy on how to do a good research title, malay nyo, pagdating ng araw, mas magaling pa kayo sa akin, di ba? Yun naman yung aim natin eh, di ba? To develop more leaders, to develop more students who love to do research and do research na sila yun, research nila yun. Kahit na andyan yung mga AIs, still, hindi inaasa sa AI ang title, di ba? So today, I'm going to show you how to craft the doable research title in just a few steps. Okay? So first step, ito. Yan. Okay? Yung first step natin is identify your core elements. So, every research title should always reflect the essence of your study. Ano ba yung gusto nyo i-investigate? So, think about the different key variables, the main subject, and the setting or the context. So, these are the building blocks of your title. So, paano ba gawin yun? Ano ba yung idea na yan, Doc? Nababasa na namin pero parang nahihirapan pa rin kami what to do. We already have this core element. We already have the idea pero paano ba iset yung research title? So, did you know guys that the best research titles are like a mini summaries? They give the readers a snapshot of what study is all about in few words. Okay, so jot down all the key elements of your research. So it's very important to jot down, no? Narrow down, you write down, you map your research or the key elements of your research because they are going to guide you sa susunod na step natin. Okay? Yan. Our next step is be specific and concise. Now that you have your core elements, it's time for you to crop them into title. Okay? So, ideally, keep it clear and on point. You have to tell the readers exactly what they have to expect in your title. Your title should tell all your readers what to expect. Make it not too wordy. Diba? Ang ideal length lang lagi niyan is 10 to 15. Okay? So, usually, the ideal research title, nandoon lahat mababasa na kaagad nila kung ano ba talaga yung gusto mong pag-aralan. Enough to cover the essentials, but short enough to stay focused. So, trim the fat, parang ganun. Make sure every word in your title counts. I remember kanina nung nagdi-discuss ako sa mga students ko na natanong nila kasi nagna-narrow down kami. Parang ganito, I'll make one slide. Nagna-narrow down kami about soft skills. Okay. So, una, nung nabuo na namin yon, ang sumunod namin kasi, pumunta kami sa Litmaps. Litmaps is TRRL, guys. So, pumunta kami ng Litmaps, then we search, may mga nakita kami doon. So, nakita namin soft skills. Then, may nakita rin kami communication error kasi they are into aviation, mga estudyante ko ngayon. So, yun, naglagay kami, ninarrow daw namin communication errors. Tapos, may nakita kami, may mga studies about internal and external factors. Then, after nun, ang sabi nila, Yun, ang sabi nila, we have to focus on the external. Gusto nila external factors lang. Dito sa external factors, nilagay nila dyan yung mga noise, ano pa ba? Nilagay nila dyan yung mga frequency, etc. So, yan kasi, ilalagay nyo na yan sa statement of the problem. Then, afterwards, sabi ko, ano magiging impact? Ano yung magiging solution nyo? To provide or improve or prevent communication errors. Yan. So, sabi ko, hindi pa masyadong malinaw yung narrowing down ninyo. But from there, nakikita ko na that you wanted to know the communication errors. So, from there, gumawa kami ng working title. May working title kaming nakuha. Kasi they all have the idea. Meron kami exchange of ideas. Sabi ko, ano ba yung common errors? Ano ba yung communication errors? So, nilist down din nila, radio, communication errors. Yan, meron pa nilang nilist down na saan ba nangyayari or common itong radio communication errors? Sabi nila nangyayari yan sa taxiing. Meron pa, ano ba 'yon? Hindi ko na natandaan. Taxiing, sa flight operations, taxiing, maneuvering, yun, mga sinabi nila. Sabi ko, to taxiing, maneuvering, etc. Saan yan? Sa flight operations po and ground operations. So, sabi ko ulit, saan common ginagamit ang communication when we talk about aviation? So, all of them, or majority of them, sabi nila sa ground operations po. Sa flight operations po. So, sabi ko, sure na ba kayo dyan sa flight operations? Tapos, yun ano ko na yung participation nila na to communicate, mabuklat na nila yung mga napag-aralan nila before. So, ang working title namin, kasi you have to adapt also the positivism. Hindi lahat ng research natin into communication error, yung negative kaagad. Kasi as we look at the SMART model, as kung makikita nyo dun sa isa kong video regarding sa how to construct a research title, mayroon ako dong SMART model, the specific, ANRT yan. So, kailangan kasi check yung 4 na yan, yung 5 na yan. So, yun, ang working title namin is influence of external factors in the communication skills. Yan, kasi soft skills yun of the student pilots in the flight operation. In flight operation na tayo yun, saglit. Yan na naman tayo sa in and on Yan, so done. Influence of external factors in the communication skills of the student pilots in flight operations. Ayan, meron kaming ganyan. A basis for improving kami kanina, pero parang ngayon ang gagawin natin, a basis for communication, ano ba yun? Basis for minimizing communication errors. Yan. So, in this case, after mong maganyan, tanungin mo ngayon ang sarili mo in terms of the SMART model. So, kung napanood mo yung unang video ko, sana hindi ka maboring kasi 30 minutes yun. Okay? So, dito, tanungin mo sarili mo kung specific ba siya. Ganon. Okay, dito tayo sa next. Kunin lang natin tong working title natin, ha? So, ganito guys. You have to trim down Diba? You have to trim down the fat. So, trimming down the fat is writing all of the fats. Parang ganun. Write all of the words and make sure that your title counts is 15 or 10 to 15. Exclude nyo yung mga off. Ganon. Okay? So, now, next move natin is to do the SMART model. Yan. So, mag-SMART model tayo ha. Para to make sure na workable or doable ba yung ating study. Okay, so paano yung SMART model na sinasabi ni Doc? Okay, dito tayo, insert tayo ng table for the SMART model. S is for specific. Specific ba siya? Okay, dito kami nagtalo. Kasi, nung sabi ko gagawin yung, kung specific, parang sa kanila, which is natutuwa ako kasi, Doc, how can the external factor be specific kung hindi naka-identify yung mga different external factor? May tama naman siya doon. Which is, ililay daw nyo kasi lahat ng mga different types of external factor under your research question or the specific or the statement of the problem. But when we talk about the title, since na-identify natin anong klaseng factor, ang ilalagay nyo sabi nyo external. So, specific ba siya? Ang sabi nyo, external factors that influence the communication skills. Okay, medyo broad si communication skills, although, pero specific pa rin that one of the soft skills na gusto nyong i-focus in your study is the communication skills. So, specific pa rin siya. Specific din kung sino magiging respondents. Specific din kung anong gusto nyong malaman na influence ni external sa communication in line with the operations of aviation. Sabi nyo flight kasi magkakaiba yan. Kaya sabi natin mag-focus tayo sa flight. I asked them kung bakit sa flight. So some of the students had an explanation which is nakakatuwa kasi na-recall nila the meaning and difference between flight and grounds. Then after that, this will be your solution, di ba? Kung balikan ko din yung video, I hope that you watch the video. Kung babalikan niyo yung video ko nung nauna, how to do a research title, nandun kasi yung 4 na steps din. Ito kasi conceptualizing the narrowing part ito. Yun kasi kailangan na-browse mo ang internet, identify the gap, impactful yung solution mo, and it could always be a solution talaga for a specific field or sa community or sa society. So since sabi niya it should be impactful and it should always be a solution to minimize a problem in the field, or iba, field of aviation kasi to, or to the society. So a basis or a program siguro ang gagawin dito. A basis for minimizing communication error in the form of program. So specific for me, yes. Tapos, M is measurable. Measurable. A is attainable. Bakit ko nilabas ka agad tong dalawa? Kasi for me, pag sinabi mong measurable and attainable, magkasama tong dalawa. Unang-una, measurable ba siya? Within the Philippine context ba, parang to, nangyayari ba to sa Philippine context? Paggagamitan ba natin ng questionnaire, maa-attain ba natin yung mga response na kailangan nating ma-attain? Kasi 'di ba, may mga questions or may mga title kasi na gusto nating or may mga questions kasi na gusto nating sagutin pero hindi tayo makakakuha ng mga informations kasi pwedeng confidential yung information like financial, etc. So always consider also that when we talk about measurable, kaya ba? 'Di ba? So, yan. I-check mo kung kaya. Sabi naman estudyante ko, yes po, may triangulator din dapat. Student, the flight instructors, and even the admin kung po pwede. Ang tanong, makukuha ba nila yung mga pag nag-survey ba sila, mapagbibigyan ba sila? So, it should always be dapat answerable by yes yan. Then, next natin is relevant. Relevant ba? Relevant ba sa course nila, sa program nila, sa research agenda ba nila? So, yes. Timely ba? Timely or time-bound Ang tanong ba, magagather ba kaagad nila yung mga responses? Napapanahon ba yung topic? In 6 months time or 3 months time na binigay ng instructor, kaya ba nilang mag-survey? If the answer is yes, then workable yung magiging title nyo ito. Subject for improvement na lang yan pag magdi-defend kayo. Okay? Ang importante dyan kasi, from the title itself, sabi ko kanina, dyan pa lang sa title, your title should tell the readers exactly what to expect without being too wordy. Diba? Sa ngayon kasi, mga ibang research, lalo na sa quali, pagandahan ng ng title meron akong na-approve din dati, which is, ang ganda, flights for flight. So, it's more on the aviation. So, it's more on the problems and difficulties. So, hahanap ka talaga ng terms na very catchy. Pero, meaningful siya kasi qualitative naman yon. Pero when it comes to quantitative, please make sure that your title should tell the readers what exactly to be expected from your title. Okay? Sa quanti kasi, kailangan makuha mo yung attention nila. Ano kaya ibig sabihin nila dito? Yun. So, it gives the reader ang tag doon, yung na-enhance mo yung kanilang curiosity. Same as with the quantitative, pero kung po pwede sana sa quantitative or mixed method, at least dito pa rin sa title, it's enough to cover all the essentials of your research. Short enough to stay focused on what you wanted to know or to learn from the title. Okay? Next is the step 3 is to highlight the scope and impact. So your research is not just about what you are studying. It's all about why it matters. So include some words that hint at the significance or yung broader context of your study. So it gives your title more extra punch. So ano ba ibig sabihin natin ng extra punch? So dapat it should be impactful. So make your title stand out by showing your research has a depth. Yun. So remember that your title is the first impression your study make. So it's very important that you consider your title. Kasi yung first impression pa lang sa title ninyo, lalo na sa encounter ko rin pag nagdi-defend, minsan i-observe ko rin yung mga external panel, parang interesting tong title na to. So let's see if they really did this study talaga, mga ganon. So, dun pa lang medyo, you have to highlight from the title itself, the scope and impact. Okay, next natin is the step 4. So, consider your audience. So, who's going to read your research? Is it for the school or academics, policymaker ba, or mga professionals, or the general public? When you are going to do your research, lalo na pag sa college, tingnan nyo kung sino magbabasa ng papel ninyo. If you're going to publish your research, then siguro mas escalate mo ng konti yung research mo. So, titignan mo rin lagi yung audience mo or the readers mo. You have to tailor your title to make sure it's appealing and understandable to the target audience. Alam nyo ba guys, that in terms of research title, pag halimbawa yung title nyo, it's jargon free, it tends to get more attention sa search engine. So, it is easier for mga international researchers then to look for your research or ma-search yung study niyo sa search engine, lalo na pag pinablish niyo yung study niyo. Kasi it's jargon free, and yun nga, sabi nga natin, kahit kayo, di ba, starting your research, you have to start it with looking at the different literature online kung may gap regarding your study. So think about your readers, what they understand about your title at the first glance. Laging i-consider nyo yon. Okay? Next natin is step 5. Okay, so sa step 5, use yung working title method. Sometimes kasi the perfect title doesn't come to you right away. Yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na may defense. So it's okay. Sa first title nyo, make sure lang that the working title is refined na siya. So start it with working title and refine it as your research progress. So, glad to say that when it comes to college, ang mga panel ang mag-uusap-usap and they are the one who refine the research title. Tandaan nyo, dear students, na when it comes to the working title, wag nyong i-revise yan, lalo pag student, wag nyong i-revise yan agad-agad. You have to consult your advisor or your instructor kasi, or pag nag-defend na kayo, i-consult nyo muna sila kasi, hindi pwedeng basta-basta i-revise yan. Maybe sa ibang country, may nakausap din kasi ako na kung ano man yung title na ginawa ng estudyante, hindi na daw nila nire-revise. I think it's in Australia ata. Kasi may nanood sa atin dati sa school na from Australia na school. Sa atin pala nire-refine natin yung mga research title while sa kanila daw hindi na. Okay, so final tip for you guys. Check for the relevance and originality. So before you settle on a title, do a quick research to see if something similar already exists. Kasi baka mamaya kinopya mo lang yan from the internet, nilagyan mo lang ng lugar mo, ganyan. It's okay lang naman ang parallel study, pero syempre, you want your title to be unique naman and it reflects dapat yung specific endeavor mo in terms of research. It should always be yung research mo, dapat ikaw yun. Okay? So, unique titles are more likely to stand out, lalo na in getting cited in other researchers. Sa ngayon kasi, pag ini-inline mo yan sa Sustainable Development Goals, banggitin mo talaga siya. Kasi dun mo siya inadapt. Kumbaga, nagkaroon ka ng idea because of that. So, it's a small step that can have a big impact in your visibility, especially when your study is published. Okay? Lalo na pag nagkukuha ka ng higher citation for the Scopus publication. So, make sure your title is not only relevant, but also one of a kind. Okay, so that's it. That's the 5 steps to craft a research title that is clear, concise, and impactful. So, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will never miss an update in my channel. Okay, so here's my question to you. Yeah. What's the title of your next project? So, share it in the comments below so we can have it as a part of our conversation. Baka makatulong din ako to help you craft your research title. So, that's the end for this video, guys. Thank you for listening up to the end and good day.